Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading or streaming the Be Our Guest podcast. Hope you're having a great week. I'm excited because my friends Ricky and Scott are joining me on today's show, and we have some great listener questions. First of all, we lead the show off with a fun discussion in how we refer to restaurants back in our hometowns, and it is definitely due to how we think about Disney, and we're wondering if the rest of our listeners do the same. So let us know over on the Discord or give us a call on Sunday night. We also tackle some questions about lightning lanes for some new travelers to Walt Disney World from Washington State, some first day options for a family traveling from Omaha, Nebraska, heading down to Boulder Ridge in February, and we talk about the best places to post up for the Boo to You Parade coming up here starting later this week. Can you believe it? This and much more coming your way on today's show. Don't forget, today's podcast brought to you always by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, even Adventures by Disney Vacation for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. It's one extra click, but it supports everything we do throughout the year. Really helps us out. Just click through beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You guys keep us on the air. You make this all possible. So a huge thank you to each and every one of you. You can support us as well, just $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd sure love to have you. Patreon.com/beourguestpodcast.
Ready to take a trip to the world? You found the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. This is where your memories come front and center on our podcast stage.
Welcome to episode 2744 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from beourguestpodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're having a rocking week. Kids are getting ready to head back to school, teachers as well. So good luck to everybody in this upcoming school year. And parents, you made it through summer. Yes! You can chill out now. They're going back. It's all on the teachers at this point. Well, you got some work to do, but you made it. All right, so we're going to answer some listener questions. We're going to talk Disney Cruise Line, Disneyland, Walt Disney World, whatever comes up today. That's the best part. It could be anything. That's why we love these shows. So joining me today, the all-star crew, our fourth all-star on vacation down at Walt Disney World right now, staying at 17 bajillion resorts, as she does. Pam Forrester, all-star down there, taking it in. Look for her. But the other three of us right here on the show. Joining me today from Must See Adventures, Scotty G up in East Lansing, College Town, coming back to life this time of year, I'm sure. And I've heard they have specials on burritos this time of year. What's up, Scotty G?
Happy Wednesday, Mike. Yeah, like that's what's crazy. Like it gets so quiet for a couple months in East Lansing. It's nice. I can go get a restaurant table with ease. I can sit outside, and then you called it around this week. Like all of a sudden, like 50,000 people just show up out of nowhere. It's like, what happened to the population? Like this was nice, and now there's just thousands of people that just show up. My grocery store all of a sudden becomes really busy. Like all my restaurants become busy. Like what happened? Yeah, that's how it goes. But I did want to kick off with a fun little spoiler alert for the live show that's going to hit the feed tomorrow. You and I were talking, and I just had like a brain freeze on a topic on the live feed about a Good Luck Charlie episode that you were talking about.
Yes, we did.
And you couldn't think of the words, and I think you had it right, but I confirmed with the girls, and they teased me that and I'm sure you have it with like Pam and Mallory and Paige. Like I'm just like outnumbered, and they tease me all the time because those two like are so smart about everything, and like they're like, Dad, Scott, like how do you not know this? Like you know Good Luck Charlie, like they knew it instantly, but it's serenade.
Yes,
serenade.
okay, good. Okay.
Yes.
Because and I was shocked you didn't know this because like we have done that chant together years ago. Like we've done the chant like serenade, and when you gave me the blank stare, I was like, dude, are you losing your marbles or something?
I don't know what happened to me. And so they were puzzled that I didn't know it either. But they also confirmed it was PJ though, not Gabe.
It was PJ. Yes. You're right. You're right.
So they knew it
that's good.
instantly. Then they just laughed after dinner. When we had dinner with them, like after the live show, that was the conversation. We talked about Good Luck Charlie in that episode. So just want to clarify that for when that hits the feed tomorrow.
That's
if
good
I'm
reason.
like seeming like a little puzzled because I don't know why I drew a blank. It was
and
funny.
you get to hear me like me kind of, if you're listening to the audio show, it won't come through as well. But again, we do have a YouTube channel. You can check it out. My facial expressions are like Scott's lost his marbles. And by the way, if you check out the videos, we have extra content. So we stayed on the air after the show. Just go to youtube.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. Podcast. Subscribe, like, and subscribe. We love that too. Not just Must See Adventures, but here we go. We talked Big Brother after the show, if you're a Big Brother fan. And then I got in trouble when I went upstairs. Pam is like, you were spoiling Big Brother. I'm like, but we mentioned before we started gabbing about cover your ears if you don't want to know what happened past the show that was going to air that night, because we were talking about the live feeds. So I got in big trouble when I went upstairs after that because we kind of spoiled. But I mean, you could turn that on and
spoiler
reach.
alert.
I did say it. I know, but boy.
And it was only to the people that were watching live. Well, now if they go back, we'll be just give another disclaimer on that too.
Yes. So be careful if you go to the YouTube. It's way after the show ends, so just heads up on that. So Ricky is joining us as well from a DisneyWorldAfterAll.com and the Mouse for Less. We missed you the last couple of weeks. Ricky, welcome back. What's up? Happy Wednesday.
Thank you. Happy Wednesday. And I need to now avoid what you talked about because I have not watched Sunday's episode yet. So we will probably watch that tonight after we get done with dinner.
There you go. Yeah.
But I can't have you spoil it for me now. So
we won't. We promise.
We won't. I'll just.
That's good.
Okay, yeah, but say anything.
But it is, that's good. But it is definitely good to be back. I'm so happy to be home and with you all. So that part's nice too. Yeah.
So I have a question for both of you. Something Scott brought up here just a second ago, right before we went live. And I think this will hit home with our listeners. I don't know, maybe not, but I have a question. So Scott was talking about, again, East Lansing, his town, and where he's going to have dinner after we get done recording. Of course, I have Taco Bell every Monday after we get done recording. They know me. They expect Riley and I to roll through right around 10 to 7 or something if we get the editing done on time. That's my thing. But Scott told me this new burrito place opens up, but he starts talking about it, and I'm like kind of internally cracking up. He's mentioning that there are counter service restaurants and table service restaurants in his downtown in East Lansing. And I do the same thing now, like with Pam. But I'm wondering if there's people that are not Disney fans that refer to their restaurants in their towns is table service and counter service, or like quick service. Is this just a Disney thing? Like, because we're so trained because of like how the dining plan sees restaurants, or where do we fall on this? Like, people that don't go to Disney, do they call like say Chipotle a counter service, and do they call a Texas Roadhouse a table service? I mean, where do we fall on this? Are we the weirdos?
Chipotle like fast food, maybe?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I still would probably call it quick service and counter service, or quick service or counter service, and then table service, for sit down play or sit down. But I mean, that's kind of where I am. So, but yeah, I have had this thought actually before of what do other people call it, because I'm so trained now as well for like counter service for fast food. So
that's funny, yeah. Mike. I didn't even think about it. 'Cause that's just how I naturally say it now. I think though, before my Disney days, I would have said sit down restaurant is what I would have said. Like if I was going to like Carrabba's or Outback or whatever.
Yeah, I think I do say sit down restaurant.
I would have said a sit down restaurant, I think is what I would have said, or versus a fast food restaurant.
It's so funny because like the lexicon has changed for me as well, just because like I'm so in it, all the time now. And it's just so much easier to say, I'd rather go to a table service. Like if I'm, like on a Saturday night, like instead of going to, I don't know, like Freddy's, because that's, we go to Freddy's and get our food and sit down in a booth, but
that's the thing. So that's a counter. So you're sitting down.
But that's a counter service, right? Because you go up to the counter and order. Like we have this designation in our head of how a restaurant works, even though.
And do you ever think about like, wow, if we were at Walt Disney World, like what restaurant would we want to eat at right now? And then try to think like, well, what's the closest equivalent of that in town? Or within like 25 miles, and let's go there.
I never have.
That's a great idea. If you're like, I want fish and chips at Rose and Crown, like, well, where can we go to that we can get fish and chips?
Oh my God, that's a podcast episode right there. Like we could do chains.
There you go.
Oh,
Now
I
we're
love
thinking
that.
for next week.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's a great show. I love this idea. Oh my gosh, that's a great idea. So anyway, I just wondered how our listeners fall on that. Like if you use that lexicon or not. It's just because we're in it all the time. Like I'm in the Discord. I'm always like, Pam, we're busy. Let's just do a quick service. Like let's go to Raising Cane's or Chick-fil-A or I go to Taco Bell. It's quick because I'm busy on Monday nights. But I don't know. I was
That's
thinking
funny.
about that when you said that. I'm like, are we the strange ones? I don't know. All right,
Probably.
probably, I'm sure. Allie's got a question for down in Tennessee to lead us off today. Hey, BOGP, 2 questions. We're going down for a quick weekend trip with no kids. And she put a smiling emoji. She's excited for that later this month. And we'll have 2 days in the parks. With all the construction happening right now, which 2 parks would you suggest? Or should we do 1 day with Park Hopper and take it easy at the pool the next day? Secondly, we're staying in the Disney Springs area. Where should we have a late dinner our first night? I'm torn between walking to the Springs to make it super easy or going to Bar Riva at the Riviera, which is a favorite of ours. Thanks so much for all the help and fun y'all bring to our speakers. Allie down in Tennessee. All right, Ricky, what do you say to those? So first of all, 2 parks, or should she do 1 park day and a pool day with a hopper?
I'm gonna say 2 parks. I think that's gonna be better. You can do the pool like either in the morning or in the afternoon, or if you want to take an afternoon break, or even late in the evening after you get done with the parks. That's what Brian and I just did on our recent stay. We actually stayed at Saratoga Springs, and that's really what we did. We went to the parks for the afternoon, the morning, afternoon, and then came back in the evening, and we kind of got in the pool and hung out at the hot tub, stuff like that. So that's going to be, I would say, the 2 parks. And then I am going to suggest going to downtown Disney. Whoa, I went back in time. I'm going to suggest going to Disney Springs for dinner. I think that would be a better option. As great as Bar Riva is, there's so many fantastic options at Disney Springs, and you can often get quick options there.
Here we go. It's gonna be quick.
I know. I was gonna say quick service.
Okay.
I was
Shaggy
gonna say,
agrees. We're at Disney, so we can do that. Shaggy just said he does it only at Disney.
I was gonna say that you can get on the app. You can oftentimes look on the app at that time and make a reservation if you don't already have a reservation made. And a lot of those restaurants also will take walk-ups. It kind of depends on what time of day you're getting there. But even us, we went to, now granted, we did it a little bit early, but we went to Homecoming at around 4:30, and we got seated immediately. So, you never know what you can get. I would go to Disney Springs if it was me, though. So that's just my take on that. But you can't go wrong with Bar Riva either if that's just like a favorite of yours.
I'm with you on both points. I do the 2 park days. I go to Disney Springs because then it's easy to kind of make shopping, a little live entertainment blended in. And I might suggest City Works, Boathouse possibly.
Yes.
Looking at, places like that. Even Splitsville has good food. You could sneak into Splitsville without an ADR pretty easily because it's big.
Brian and I actually, we walked past Eat. And it's a relatively newer restaurant. It doesn't get a lot of press. Not a lot of people talk about it, but it's a kind of more of an Indian food destination. But it smelled amazing. Like we were like, next time we come to Disney Springs and have like a Disney Springs day, we're going to eat. So I really would suggest that if you like Indian food.
Well, they just announced place is going to open next to it. Did you see that? It's called Drink.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, sponsored by it's put in by the coach of the Mizzou Tigers.
Such a dad
Coach
joke.
Drinkwitz. Anyway, go ahead, Scotty G. What you got? What would you do?
I'm actually going the opposite of you two. I'd say just do 1 park day and park hop. Like I think that was one of the options. Like park hopping was like if they did the 1 day.
Yeah, 1 day park hopping and then just have a whole pool day.
Yeah, because like I love a chill day, and make the park day your first day. And just go to start. And I already had the plan. Like you start at Epcot because you're no kids, right?
Yep, no kids.
So you go to Epcot, and just have a great time there. Do Gardens of the Galaxy if that's your jam. I know some people can't do that because of the spinning and all that, but like have a great day at Epcot, and then end your night at Hollywood Studios because like you'll get Fantasmic, which I think is fabulous. You got so this is interesting. I said you got Baseline, but Baseline does close a little early. Just to make you aware of that. It closes like at 8, I think. So it closes like an hour before the park closes. So you want to hit a Baseline, you got to get there a little bit earlier. But Yeah, do some of the awesome things there. You got Rock and Roller Coaster, you got Tower of Terror, you got some awesome things at night. I just love the lights at Hollywood Studios at night. So then you just have like a full-on day with Epcot and Hollywood Studios. And then you just have your chill day, your pool day. Maybe do a little bit of resort hopping, hit up some of the lounges, look at some of the things at the resort, spend some time at Disney Springs since you're close by there, and just relax from that full day of the park touring. So I think either way, you can't go wrong, but that's just what I would do.
That is a good idea because you could have like the intense day, the pool day, that kind of split.
But then you have your sea day. Yeah, it's kind of the way I look at it.
Yeah, it's kind of the cruise
chill
experience. Yeah, it's a good idea. So it gives you something to think about. It was totally, we didn't help, but you got to put it.
You and Ricky were on the same page. So the majority was like to do the two days. So.
You can't. The thing is, you can't go wrong. And
no,
especially like adults trip. I think City Works might be your choice. I like it for dinner. City Works is underrated. It'll eat, that.
See, I was thinking, I didn't even answer that. I was thinking Olivia's, like go to
that's a
Old
good
Key
choice.
West, Disney Springs area.
Yeah, that's a good option too. Yeah, because you're really close to Disney Springs, Olivia's. Even what's getting a lot of good press lately is boat rides.
Boat rides.
Isn't that crazy? Like 5 years ago, nobody even talked about boat rides. Boat rides.
Even Pam was talking because Pam's going to boat rides on this trip she's on right now.
Pam Forrester.
We went to the food court at French Quarter on this trip, and it was really good. Not gonna lie, it was
good food court.
I got the jambalaya. My brother got the gumbo. Brian got fish. He got, I think, salmon. And Kevin, I forgot what Kevin got, but I think it was a pot roast type situation. All of it was excellent. So, if you wanna get some good counter service, that's gonna be a good option for you. Is the French Quarter quick service.
Mike, before the next question, what is the pro tip when mobile ordering at the Port Orleans resorts?
Just don't be with you. I don't know.
Well, that too, but make sure you're selecting the right food court.
Yes, I remember that day. Dude, I remember that day so bad. That was 5 years ago. That was probably more than that. That's why it was 10 years ago.
I think maybe a couple of years ago. But Mike, he picked the Riverside one when we were at the French Quarter or vice versa, and they were like, where's my food?
But they switched it for. But remember that same trip, you never got your food.
Well, it was the same day. Yeah, I waited like 25 minutes for a burger or something.
Like I got my food before you, and I ordered it at the wrong resort.
And you,
I will say the French Quarter was hopping the night we were there, and it was packed. And the mobile order was definitely taking longer than actually just going up and putting in, going and standing in line and then getting your food that way.
It does happen.
Yeah, mobile order at French Quarter is not always the best option. I'm just going to throw that out.
That was so funny. Mike ordered at the wrong resort and then still got his food 30 minutes before I got mine.
I still remember that, man. No, you were hot.
They were great with you though. They
hot.
Canceled it and or they made it for you. It was cool how they did it.
We were starving too. It's like one of those things where we were starving before we ordered, and then you had to wait forever to get your food. Does it get any prettier? And by the way, I might title the show a pot roast situation or whatever you just said.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, all right. Focus, because this one's got a lot. So here we go. This one's called Disney World Lightning Lane Newbies. Hey, BOGP crew. My dad, Kyle, and I are longtime listeners. I'm 17, and my dad has been listening pretty much since the show began. If Scotty G is on the show, my dad is the guy who posted the picture next to the Country Bears statue, and I'm the one in the picture. So you know who that is?
I don't remember.
He's thinking.
I think I can remember.
Okay,
I think so.
We're working on it. This October, my dad and I are going to a conference in Tampa. After the conference, we're planning to go to Walt Disney World for 4 days. Half a day in Animal Kingdom and 3 full days in Epcot, Magic Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios, respectively. Our arrival day is October 28th, and our last park day will be Halloween. Coming from Washington State, we don't go down to Florida often. The last time we went into the park was in 2012 when I was 4 years old. We've gone to Disneyland many times and are very familiar with Lightning Lane strategies in those 2 parks. Our question is, what tips do you have for making the most of the 4 park days, and how should we optimize Lightning Lanes? My dad is counting down for booking the Lightning Lanes and knows the general rundown on how to book those. Once we use our first 3 and can book more during those park days, how should we go about doing that, and what rides have you noticed run out of Lightning Lanes the fastest? Also, any fun food recommendations? We're staying at All Star Sports. I think the only ADR we're planning on is for dinner at Via Napoli, as this is one of those places I have the most distinct memories of. We want to hit Cosmic Rays for sure, plus my dad wants to check out Satuli Canteen. For Epcot during the day, we're just planning on jumping around and trying a few different places out. Any hidden gems we should know about? Thanks for all your hard work you put into the shows and for answering these questions. And that's from Liliana. All right, that's great. So you guys are more experts on the lightning lanes than I am. You guys tend to use them more. So Ricky, will you jump in first, and we'll let Scotty G. He's pondering the question of the statue.
I got you. Yes, honestly, I have not used Lightning Lane at any of the 4 Walt Disney World theme parks. I've used it at Disneyland because I think it's a really good value there. Not that it's not a good value at Walt Disney World. It's just I go more often, so I obviously don't necessarily need Lightning Lane there. But I will say, at Epcot, Frozen is going to be a really big one to get, as well as Remy. And also Test Track, but those are in the there it's tiered, so those are in the first tier, so you're gonna have to choose one of those and then choose 2 other attractions for later, and those would be lesser tiered attractions, so they're not quite, you've got Soarin' in there, which would be a good one to choose. And then the one that I would go with is probably Spaceship Earth at that point, whatever is best for your family, for the 2 of you. I would say choose. It depends on if you're okay with doing single rider lines too, because if you're okay with doing single rider lines, then you can do single rider at Remy and you can do it at Test Track at Epcot. So I would maybe consider doing it for Frozen, and that way you get kind of the best of both worlds at Epcot. At Disney's Hollywood Studios, they also have a single rider line for Rise of Resistance, so that's something helpful to know as well. And they also have one at Millennium Falcon, so that's also helpful. And so I would probably, do a Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster. The Rock and Roller Coaster for sure, since that is closing, and the lines for that ride have been really, really long, even in single rider line, because we were kind of contemplating doing it, and they were basically like, it was a 70-minute wait as a standby, and they basically said you would get through faster in standby than single riders. We're like, okay, well, we're not doing either of those right now, so I would probably kind of maybe go with one of those 2, and then maybe Millennium Falcon, because I think
I
Slinky
definitely
Dog
use it's Slinky Dog, because Slinky Dog is
a
miserable.
Oh wait, yeah,
it's
Slinky
a miserable
Dog,
wait in line too.
Why do I keep thinking that that's a single? It is not, is it? It's just Rise of the Resistance in that park, isn't it?
Correct.
So yeah, I would do it for Slinky. And then Magic Kingdom, that one's great because there's so many different options for Magic Kingdom. So pick your favorite attractions and go on those with the lightning lanes. That's how I would do it. Of course, I would probably suggest Space Mountain because that's gonna be pretty heavy. Tron is a single rider one, right? Like it's a single lightning lane one, right? I think it's Tron and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. So you'd have to do So I think that's right for that.
I'd look at Peter Pan there. That's kind of a long way.
Peter Pan would be a good one. Tiana's, of course, would be a good one as well at Magic Kingdom. So
I'd even look at Jungle Cruise. Jungle Cruise tends to have a long wait.
It does tend to have a long wait. You're not wrong. So that's a good option.
So Scott, real quick, I want to throw something before I forget it. A snack that is unique to Epcot that you're not going to get out of Disney, the Baumkuchen at Connections.
Ooh.
Just because I've been eating all kinds of them because of Billy. I'm like 28% Baumkuchen at this part of my life. All right, Scott, what advice do you have?
I was just gonna say, so that was some great advice on like what attractions to get, but I was just some general lightning lane advice is it sounds like your dad's got the plan, like 7 days, like get right in there, or to start booking them early, and don't get discouraged if you don't find the attractions that you want to get right away, because my advice is just keep looking as you're going on throughout the day. So, and try to get attractions early in the day, because you were talking about like once you check in with your Magic Band and do one, boom, you can start looking at another one. And a lot of times you won't see what you want available, especially if you're like at a park like Epcot or Animal Kingdom, where there's like limited rides and attractions. But don't let that discourage you. Keep looking, because people will change their plans throughout the day. And Disney will do this thing called a drop, where they will drop extra lightning lanes throughout the day. So they'll add little extra times depending on how the operations are going throughout the day. And they're kind of at weird times. Like it's kind of like at the 47 minutes for the hours. Sometimes it's like at 1:47 or 3:47. So there's kind of like weird times throughout the day. So just kind of go in there and take a look later on in the afternoon, and you might find some different availability that happens throughout the day, or people just cancel or they make modifications. So that's just a good advice, I think, overall in general, is like, don't get discouraged and just keep looking into the app midday too, and then just make modifications throughout the day. I think that's really important.
That's a good tip too. Modifications for sure.
And if you're not, I mean, come into the clubhouse and go into the theme park channel, because Cody is a master of helping anybody that has questions with lightning lanes and help you out there, especially with those tips about the drops.
That's how I know about the 47.
Exactly, me too.
Yeah, there you
knows his stuff
go.
that he does. Cody Mizzou, he's the master of all this stuff. So jump in there. By the way, they're going to Viennapoli. Did you hear on Monday's podcast that our listener said that she had her very best meal at Viennapoli, and what she got at Viennapoli was a steak?
Oh.
Did you even know Viennapoli had steaks?
No,
I had no idea. I had no idea. She said she had like a top 3 steak ever. Not just, and she's from Chicago. Chicago has good steaks. Best 3. I was like, you had a steak at Viennapoli? I was like, I never heard that Viennapoli had steaks, and I had no idea.
We're talking about the same Viennapoli?
That's
like
what I said.
Italy Pavilion at Epcot?
That's exactly what I
Most
said.
Italian restaurants have a steak, though. I feel like
Because she was on the
there
dining plan, and she said, like, I want to get a good value out of my dining plan. I got a steak. I'm like, really?
Obviously, we go there for pizza, but like
Right.
a lot of Italian restaurants, because they do have pasta on the menu. So a lot of Italian restaurants do have a steak. So it doesn't surprise me that they have a steak. It does surprise me that it was the best steak, but it doesn't surprise me that they have one.
It shocks me because the thing is,
Hey, I'm stunned.
how long has Viennapoli been open? Like, for real, like it's been open
just
for
got like a-
probably,
yeah,
it's been open for like 15 years. I mean, because like I know, like when I ran my first marathon, we went there, and so that was 2015. It's been open way before that, so that's 10 years ago. It's been open probably 15 years. And I have never, when she said that, I was like, because, we're talking.
I think they just had their 15th anniversary, actually.
Yeah. Okay. So we're talking. I'm like, wait, you had what? Because I'm like, we're talking about Viennapoli. I'm like, just like, okay, what kind of pizza did she get? I had a steak. I'm like, wait, Viennapoli. Like, you're not talking about like Yachtsman or Shula's, back in the day, or what, we're at like these two don't connect. So now I'm intrigued by this steak.
I'm intrigued too. I
got to get a steak. All right, we got a question here.
But I'm gonna look into
snacks. What about snacks?
I'm gonna look into the statue. So like I know we got some more
with
listener, some other questions too. So I'll get back on that on a future episode.
Sounds good. All right, so Diane's got a good question here, timely. Looking into the possibility of booking a cruise on either the Destiny or Treasure this winter. Normally, we do a pros and cons side-by-side comparison, but since the Destiny is not officially ready, it's hard to do that. When can we expect to see previews from travel agent, content creator sailings? Those are going to happen in early November. So watch for that coming the first week of November.
So it depends on when they want to cruise in the winter, though, too.
It depends on because the Destiny is going to be out of port. Port Lauderdale. So it depends on like which port you want to sail out of. Do you want to do the 7 nights and versus I think it's gonna be like 5-nighters, right? On the Destiny, I think so. Depends on kind of what itineraries you're looking for too.
Well, if she's asking though when the travel agent / content creator sailing is going to be, it's the first week of November.
Right. I'm just saying if she wants to book a cruise for winter though, if their sailings aren't going to be until November, it depends on when she wants to sail in the winter. How because booking too late, you may have
those could fill up. Yeah,
exactly. That's kind of what I was getting at. So,
but there's still availability because I've been booking them. I booked some for the Destiny for Christmas Day.
Right now,
if you wait till 3 months.
If you wait in November, there may not be availability. That's what I'm saying.
That's true. All right, she's looking for New Year's Eve too. Okay.
Ooh, I like the idea of
coming in hot. Okay, now we are coming in hot. We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean,
you might want to jump on that one.
Okay, so here, and I know you're looking side by side, but here's the deal with that. Just because you're right, that would be super late in the game for New Year's Eve. It's exactly the same ship except for theming. I mean, so
Yeah.
you can kind of look online and say, okay, the Lion King restaurant, the show with Hercules. I mean, like, you just got to say, like, thematically, which one's going to be my jam. Where the treasure is
Right.
going to be more theme parky.
And
In
the
general,
other one will be more
the other one's
Marvel.
more Marvel-y. So
Yeah.
that's, I mean, because, if you wait till like the beginning of November, you might be pushing it. You're really going to have slim pickings when it comes to staterooms if you get on. So that's
Yeah.
what I would say. Let's see, Chris has a question, or no, Charles has a question. Where's the best place to go to post up? Oh, I haven't heard the words post up in a long time. I used to post up for everybody. Remember when we posted up and I scared Emily and she spilled the soda at Pecos
Yeah,
Mills?
I said post up in the latest Musty Adventure video.
Yes. I love, God, that was one of my favorite times ever at Walt Disney World. But I posted up, scared Emily, soda went flying, and the girl gave the great cast member.
And now these girls are putting in college, going to college, submitting
yeah.
college applications.
I'll
Like,
have
it's crazy.
I'll have to post that picture. Speaking of post up, where's the best place to post up for the Boo to You parade, and how long before the parade starts should we get our spot? Same question for the spectacular, going in early October. Ricky, where do you post up?
I usually go to Frontierland. I like that spot. I think it's a good spot. The parade kicks off in Frontierland. So I get to see it first, and can do other things after I see it. So I'm going to say Frontierland. And, it depends on which parade that you want to see. If you want to see the first parade, I would say post up about
I love this.
45 minutes or so before the parade, at least. Maybe you might find a few spots a half an hour before, but that's kind of pushing it, I feel like. And if you want to do the second parade, that half-hour time spot is probably okay. I wouldn't push it any further, though, just because I think you're going to start running into some issues. That parade is a very, very, very popular parade because of the fact that it gets such high praise from almost everybody. It's just one of those parades that everyone has to see because it is such a great parade. Even myself, not a parade person, that is my favorite parade, hands down. I make sure I see it every single time. So definitely want to make sure you get a spot. As far as the fireworks, I would say, depending on if you see the first parade or not, if you see the first one, go get your spot for the fireworks immediately after, just about. You might give it a couple minutes so that it goes through, the parade goes through Main Street. But I would say probably heading over to that spot is a good idea, probably almost as soon as you're done catching the first parade. Again, I would wait probably about 20 or 30 minutes before. I've gotten spots in the middle of Main Street, like in the hub. So that's a spot that I usually like to stand. I like to be kind of close-ish, but I feel like you do get a better view if you stand back a little bit further than that. So I might say a little bit further down back on Main Street. You definitely want to be on Main Street, though, of course, for the fireworks, for sure. And then if you want to catch the second parade, then I would say definitely like 30 minutes ahead of time. But you're going to have to contend with that first parade for the fireworks at that point, too. So just kind of keep that in mind. So
I always post
That's
up in
kind of my
Frontier. My simple answer is I always post up at Frontierland because I think Boo to You is better experience.
it is better. I think it is better in Frontierland, too. Yeah.
Shaggy disagrees. He's a photographer. He says the pictures are better in Main Street, which they probably are better, like for a photographer on Main Street. But I just like I like the feel, the essence of the parade in Frontierland. Scotty G, where do you post up?
I always post up in Frontierland because of what you just said, Mike, too. Like it just feels like that's a Frontierland type of vibe.
I get that.
Yeah.
It's dark. And then like, I'm not going to say the spoiler if anyone's like, that's never seen it, but like how the parade starts. I think I said this before in the podcast. Like,
oh yeah.
Like how it kicks off, that works best in Frontierland with like,
I feel like that's the case too. Yeah.
It just like, it doesn't do the same thing for me on Main Street or anywhere else in the park. And
Liberty
like,
Square, maybe, because I feel like that. Yeah.
Just the way the lighting is, and I'm like on the side of like where Liberty Tree Tavern is. That's the side that I'm always on.
Me too.
Looking towards like Big Thunder. That's the side I like to be on. So.
Yeah, and Shaggy says the lighting is bad in Frontierland, which that's the whole point.
That's why I like it.
I'm not a photographer. Exactly, because I'm not a photographer.
Pictures,
exactly.
Yeah.
And here's when it goes to the next level. Is every once in a while you can catch the cadaver dance, like before the parade is like when they're wandering and like getting you ready, and then the headless horseman comes by if it's not rainy or something. Oh my gosh, that's when it's worth the price of admission. If you get the cadaver dance, headless horseman, the parade, boom boom boom, like then the fireworks, holy smokes, that's the bomb. Yeah, that's when posting up is worth posting up. I just gotta say posting up one more time because that's pretty cool. Jenna's got a question. Our good friend out in, I believe, Washington State. Hey there, question. We'll be in Disneyland this fall. When the Halloween decorations are up, does that mean we won't have the 70th anniversary decorations and special stuff? I don't think they're going to take the 70th stuff down. I
They
would
would.
doubt that, would they?
either. No, I think they might like mix it in. I
Yes,
don't.
because I was there for the 60th during Christmas for Elizabeth's 30th birthday. It was just funny. We're about to celebrate her 40th. I'm like, gosh, that was 10 years ago. And they had the 60th and Christmas stuff all over the place.
Yeah.
Then, so I would imagine they would do the same for the Halloween stuff too. So
I agree. I think they'll probably mix it together.
Good. Best of both worlds. We have an email from Hartford Height over in the inbox. Hello, BOGP crew. With the news Cars Land being themed to Piston Peak. Careful. And the main character being modeled after the Ranger from the old Humphrey the Bear cartoons. If they don't have a version of Luigi's Rollicking Roadsters set to the music from the scene where the Ranger gets the bears to pick up the trash, I'll be very disappointed. I have no idea
I think
what he's
you're going to be
talking about.
disappointed. I hate to say that. I'm pretty sure you're going to be disappointed. I don't think that that's what the second attraction is going to be. I think they've kind of mentioned what the second one is, but it's kind of been a little vague. But I can guarantee you the second attraction is not based off Luigi's. And it's not based off of that technology. So unfortunately, disappointment. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I don't know what he's talking about, but I'll take your word for it. All right, Kyle's got a question. We're flying down on Friday to Orlando, staying at Wilderness Lodge. Where should we eat here we go. Now we got another term, a casual dinner. That's ambiguous.
Yes.
So, yeah, I like this. We are probably going to Hollywood Studios that afternoon, but wanting to come back to the Magic Kingdom resort area for dinner. Would Geyser Point still be too hot for sitting outside for dinner? We're boarding the Treasure the next day. That's not the treasure horn, but that's a party horn because you're going to have a great time. Like Geyser Point is the answer, I would say. Like
it will be hot.
But they have fans, and for some reason, even when it's hot, Geyser Point still seems comfortable. I think. I don't know.
It will be hot. I'm gonna tell you, it's not gonna be like cool. There's nothing indoor about Geyser Point.
It's
so
not. I don't. What do you think, Scott? Do you think it's like hot or tolerable?
I think it'd be somewhat comfortable there. Like you got some breeze off
There's
the lake
fans.
there, and
Yeah.
it depends on what time. Yeah, I guess for dinner and how.
I
hot
would
it is
suggest
then.
because like I have not been here yet. I want to go to Wailulu like really bad.
It's fantastic.
That's a
So
good.
I would
yeah,
suggest
that's
that.
a good point. Yeah, and we caught heat for not bringing that place up on the Discord.
I know,
Holy
so that's why I'm
smokes.
bringing it up.
You're saving us. Yeah, you're saving
Well,
our skin from another week
because
of
I
heat.
forget about it because I have personally not been there yet.
It
And
is
I really wanna
such-
go.
It is such a good restaurant. Brian and I went right after it opened, and Brian still talks about the fish that he had at that restaurant. And to be honest, I tried a bite of that fish, and it was phenomenal. And I regretted immediately getting what I got. Not that what I got wasn't good, because it was fantastic too. But I think I got pork, which was also very good. But the fish blew our minds. Like it was that good. So I would absolutely suggest Wailulu.
Because
Yes,
that's kind of like more like indoor, outdoor.
It
type
is
of
indoor,
vibes, but I think
outdoor,
you can
yes.
feel more comfortable if
Yeah,
we're
that's a
too
good
concerned
point.
about the heat.
Yeah.
Yes, this is true. I mean, you also have Whispering Canyon as an option because they were talking about casual. Whispering Canyon is probably a great casual option. It's fun because you're getting ready to go on the treasure. So, and it's all you care to eat. And
But I think the
that's-
Polynesian gets you more like the
Oh,
treasure vibe.
yeah,
I
that's
get that.
true,
I get
yeah.
that 100%. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I know
yeah,
you do. Yeah, yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I'm just giving them options. I'm just
For sure.
throwing ideas
That's
out
what we
there.
do on the show.
That's right. Or of
I
course,
think we just landed on Wailulu
I think-
though, for
I
sure.
think we
Kyle's
did.
in the
I mean-
chat too, like already saying that was the other thought. So
I mean, there's Captain Cook's too if you're wanting like really counter service, type option. I mean, that is one of our favorite places to go to. Pulled pork nachos. I mean, hello. So that's a good choice too. Just saying.
Yep. Rob threw in Steakhouse 71, but I think Wailulu, or however you pronounce it,
Wailulu is so good.
because it's got it's inside outside, but the Polynesian feel before you're getting on the treasure, man.
for
that's
the
it.
treasure,
That's
I
it,
feel like
dude.
that's the
it.
perfect like
Yeah, that's perfect.
setting to get you in the mood. I mean, you're already going to be psyched.
Oh,
You're boarding
man.
the ship the next day,
Oh.
but
God, going on a 7-night cruise. Holy smokes!
Get yourself a nice drink.
Oh,
Sit out
yes.
there on the patio
Yes.
because you can
Yeah,
sit. Yeah.
because Mike and I have talked about this. I'm sure you agree, Ricky. Like, there's something about like once you've like done all the logistics, you've landed in, you're in the Central Florida
It's
area.
perfect.
You're like, does life get any better? You're about to be boarding the ship the next day. Like,
That's
oh
true.
my god, it's like the best feeling, you know?
It is so the best feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Love it.
correct. At least we got one answer right today, I think.
We did, yay!
That's a good feeling. I'll be able to sleep tonight. All right. Let's sneak in one last question here real quick. It's from Michaela. Hey, Mike, Pam, Scott, and Ricky. I love your podcast and truly appreciate all the knowledge you share. Well, we try.
Sometimes.
It brightens my day and gives my brain a little mini vacation. Thank you so much.
Hey, we're vacation
We try.
I guess.
My family of 5 is headed to the world in the first week of February. I'm excited to attend the Arts Festival. We are staying at Boulder Ridge. I'm not planning a park for arrival day, and I'm guessing we'll get in around noon or so. Coming from Nebraska, my kids will love the novelty of swimming in February. Do you have any other suggestions for that day? I don't think we'll go to the Snow White character meal since I have very picky eaters. I'd love to hear your thoughts. My kids are 12, 10, and 6. Again, thanks for sharing your experiences with everyone. Michaela from Omaha, Nebraska, which, by the way, I think is home of the College World Series. She didn't put that, but I think it is. And thank you for the kind words. We really appreciate them, Michaela, and I hope you have a wonderful time up there. So now, here's the thing. You might say, oh, water park, because it's free, but that's going to be the summer for 2026. So that's just a little clarification next year. So that might not be on the table. That's going to be in the summer next year. So,
But they can swim in the pool.
oh, yeah, and then dude, they're Boulder Ridge. That is an amazing pool. And the kids will, Nebraska kids in February, you're not kidding, because it is freezing in Nebraska. And I love this idea. Make it a pool day arrival. But suggestions for the day, because you start
Whispering
there.
Canyon.
Yeah, Whispering Canyon for dinner. Yeah.
I think that's a great option. It gets you into the fun, into the excitement of a Disney vacation. You get to have fun with your cast member servers. I think, and it's not, overly pretentious food, because sometimes I feel like, the artist point. I agree. The menu just doesn't appeal to me either. That's why I haven't been there. So Whispering Canyon, I think, is a fantastic option for this family for they're starting off their vacation.
And plus, just being practical, I bet you're going to save 30% of the cost going to Whispering Canyon, maybe 50%. Like, it's artist points expensive. And so, I might suggest a monorail ride. Take a boat over the Contemporary, ride the monorail that day. The kids get a huge kick out of that to start the trip. Scott, what do you say?
Well, I'm not going to save them money with my suggestion.
I'm Mr. Practical here.
But I love this idea of when you're at Boulder Ridge and you're not doing a theme park day, but you want to have some fun Disney. Hoop-dee-doo.
That's a
good choice. Yeah.
You're going to get dinner and a show. It's so much fun. You can take the boat. I just love boat transportation. You're right there, like close by. And now it doesn't show every day. So it depends on what day of the week it is too. So they do take a couple days off during the week. So it depends on when you land there in February, but I love the idea of a hoop-de-doo show to kick off vacation. I think that would be awesome.
The kids would love that. Everybody would love it because you get awesome food, and it's just, even picky eaters can find something to eat at hoop-de-doo.
And it just sets I think it just sets the tone for an awesome vacation, right? It just sets you up with some happiness right off the bat.
We have somebody highly endorsing the hoop in the chat.
We do. But I think all the suggestions were good. That's what we do on this show, right?
We try. We aim to please.
We just give so many great suggestions.
We do.
We go from the expensive to the uncrustable.
This is right.
That's what we do. That's our jam. And we even say post up 17 times in one podcast. And
what's kind of great about Hoop-de-Doo though? I'm just going to say this right now from a cost standpoint. It's kind of like the dining plan and things like that. You prepay it.
Yeah.
So it kind of is painful at 60 days when you book it, but when you go there, it's already paid for, baby. So
That's true.
It kind of feels free in a way.
It kind of feels free, dude. You're
kind of feels free. Yeah.
I'm saying at that moment, Whispering Canyon is going to cost you a lot more than Hoop-de-Doo does in that moment.
That's true. I like the way you're selling it, man. You should be I don't like those
Disney salesman,
like those DVC folks at the kiosk. You should be like going around like working a little Hoop-de-Doo kiosk. Like, dude, when you show up, it's like it's free, dude. It's not going to hit you for $300 for your family of 5.
It's not really free, but it might feel that way.
I love it. This is so fun. Disney math, exactly, Diane. All right, we're going to wrap this one up. We're going to be back again on Friday with another fun show. We're going to talk strolling around Walt Disney World. This is not a Run Disney show. We're not running. We're talking about 10-minute strolls, like when your kid is having a meltdown or when you need just to get away from the madness of Walt Disney World. We're going to talk about like where you can take a stroll when it's raining. Where's a good covered stroll? There's some hidden covered strolls that are amazing at Walt Disney World. Where's a great morning stroll with your cup of coffee when it's sunrise and you just want to enjoy being on vacation on a Tuesday morning, 5:30 in the morning. Everybody else is getting up to check their emails and you just got a cup of coffee. You want to walk around your resort. We're going to talk about some of those great strolls. So we're going to talk strolling around Walt Disney World on Friday's show. So come on back for that. We cannot wait to take you on a little, like Michaela said, it's going to be a mini vacation type show on Friday. So join us for that. All right. Don't forget our podcast always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We don't give you virtual vacations. We help you get to the places for real. And our services are absolutely free to you each and every time. Concierge level service with that. Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, even Adventures by Disney. Start the process today. Just swing by the website over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. Anytime you do that shopping, supports the show, takes you right back to the site. Please click through that link. And thank you to our Patreon supporters. You guys make this show possible. It's $5 a month. When you support us, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. It really does help us out. Thank you to everybody who does that already. It really does support the show. And you can do that this week. So again, patreon.com/beourguestpodcast and get in on Mike in the Midwest. Almost forgot the name of the show. You can follow us all on the social media. I'm at Be Our Guest Mike, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. Scott Sedep, Scott EPSCOT. You can follow Ricky at Ricky Nibs, RIKKINIBS. But check out Scott. His YouTube channel is Must See Adventures. Scott, what's happening on the channel this week, real quick?
Just if you're ever curious about the North Shore on Oahu in Hawaii, we're stopping at food trucks, stopping at famous beaches and all that. Fun times there, plus the pools at Aulani. Go check it out today. Like and subscribe.
All righty. And Ricky, what's happening on your socials as well?
Well, I can't believe we're saying this, but Halloween kicks off this week at Walt Disney World. And so I have a guide on my YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok. It's going to be a guide of attending Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So make sure you check it out.
All right. And don't forget the Clubhouse, beourguestpodcast.com/Clubhouse. Our Discord channel is free for everybody. We're up to about 1,500 folks hanging out there. It's the best place for Disney fans on the internet. No mess, no fuss. And we just have a great time over there. And we'll have the live call-in show Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. It is a ton of fun. So join us for that as well. All right. We'll see you on Friday. So for Scott and Ricky, I'm Mike, wishing you a great Wednesday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
You've been listening to the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. If you have questions, comments, or would like to be a guest on the show, please visit our website at beourguestpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you real soon.